Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Adventure Comics' Walking with Trouble, which sounds more like an instructional safety video for like a factory or somewhere where you're working with dangerous machinery than it does an actual story. This is a story I actually find more compelling to talk about than most other comics we have covered. The thing is, what it is intentionally about and what it's unintentionally about end up saying something, which a lot of stories don't really say much other than crime is bad or you shouldn't screw people over and doing good things are good. Those are perfectly fine statements. In fact, we kind of need them still. But this story has quite a lot to say. It's actually pretty anti capitalist. I don't think they would have thought that at the time. With that statement, it's added a little bit more that I think has something to say, like, with our modern society, especially how bad things are right now. It's kind of like how Jaws is not meant to be a climate change metaphor, but it is 100% a climate change metaphor. It works perfectly for it. So let's get into this. There is a guy named Paul Jinx, he didn't put that nickname on himself, Blakeston, who works for the park rangers, and no one wants him to work in this new area because they see him as a jinx. A lot of fires start while he's around. And no, he is not a firebug. It's just unlucky. And in fact, there's whole myths around him, like he was born on Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's confirmed and that there's 13 letters in his name to really get across that he's unlucky. In fact, they call him Jinx for most of it. I think I only see his name as Paul in the newspaper column about him getting the job. But no one wants him working there. And then fires start creeping up immediately, mostly around 2 out of the 3 lumber mills that happen to be in this section of the forest that they are covering. You can sort of see where this is going. Now, Superboy feels bad for him and goes around trying to prove his innocence, and he is actually looking to prove his innocence as both the park rangers are sort of in mutiny over him, and the powerful business owners, mainly the lumber mill guys, are all want him gone. And Occam's razor, the solution's actually pretty easy. It's the owner of the one lumber mill that hasn't been set on fire that's doing this, and blaming it on him or making the situation seem like it's caused by the jinx, the unlucky man, that is causing these fires so he can get rid of his competition and make all the money. Which he's wonderfully outsmarted by Superboy using a bunch of mirrors. Now, a lot of the story is just Superboy going around and finding creative ways of stopping fires. It gets old pretty fast, like a lot of things Superboy ends up doing, even though they find different ways for him to complete it. But really thinking the story over is what got me to kind of really enjoy it. You see, of course, everybody blames the jinx instead of the easiest solution, that it's just a rich guy. And I feel like this is a really good message for us today, where anything that's going wrong or anything about your life that's going wrong, or look at the political situations, we find like massive, weird conspiracy theories. Some sort of overly complicated groups of people are working against you. Democrats are secretly stealing blood from children. The Illuminati is controlling everything. Instead of the actual easy solution, that it's just rich people trying to make money and screw us over. They don't like us. I mean, us as people who are relatively poor. They just want to make all the money, and they will always make choices based on that, including destroying everything in their way. They don't care. They're morally ambiguous, which is why we shouldn't give them all the advantages and probably tax them a hell of a lot more, because they're not using that money to help us. They're using that money to get richer. And that's what this guy is doing. But there's something in the human condition that we won't just believe that. We'd rather believe some sort of like magical idea that this one guy's presence is causing the fires, instead of the most easy and simplest solution, that it's just one dude with a lot of money. And people take advantage of that. And you keep allowing them to do it as they continue to get away with what they want to get away with. So yeah, I think this is a fascinating message to have in your Superboy comic of all things. So that is it from Adventure Comics. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, and get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story on the Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? And seriously, Occam's razor. It's a very simple solution. Everything's bad because the rich just kind of get away with it. No other conspiracy other than that. Okay, have a great day.